Um, let's see. 20. What we got? 20 years of the College Dropout.
20 years, bro.
That's crazy.
20 years.
20 years of an album that, if y'all have followed us, y'all know what that album means to me. You know what I'm saying?
I think that was that my first album? I think that might have been the first physical album I bought.
Oh, that wasn't the first physical. The first physical album that I bought was T.I. Trap Music.
That's a classic.
T.I. Trap Music. I remember putting that in the CD player for the first time. My mom hearing the first cuss word and being like, what the hell is you listening to?
No.
And then after that, every single CD that she bought me after that was from Walmart. It was from Walmart. The clean version. Come on, fam. Like, hold on. I still to this day have the clean version of Late Registration. So I don't even use my iPod anymore. I don't use my iPod anymore, and I never would have thought you would be surprised by this, because you remember how I used to be. I'm not a playlist type of person. Really, now all I listen to is either playlist, or I will like stream the album on Apple Music, or I don't use Spotify that much. Yeah. I use Apple. Apple. I normally stream my albums on Apple Music. So on my iPod, I have that big tub of music that I had showed whenever we were moving. Mm-hmm. All of those CDs are on my iPod. And so the clean version of Late Registration, I had to ride around with that for years, listening to the clean version. And I mean, I could have just went to go buy I could have bought the dirty version off of the Apple, the Apple store. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It was like a nostalgic feeling for me. The fact that I was just riding around listening to Late Registration from 05, because my mom got that for me for Christmas. Yeah. But it was a clean version. But College Dropout, man, 20 years of College Dropout. That was definitely not the first album, physical album that I got, but when I did, I'll be honest with you when I say that album did change my life.
It did change mine. It changed the scope of hip hop, honestly.
Yes.
It changed the scope because, gangster music was like very like prominent, you know what I'm saying, at that time, and Kanye brought like a whole nother like atmosphere, flavor to hip hop, and he was that guy that wasn't, what he say, a backpack nigga with luxury taste buds. Mm-hmm. He said on the Life
I like
Pablo,
that.
But on the Life of Pablo.
I like that.
Yeah, he was like he was that person that brought that to the forefront, and it was like the dudes that weren't gangster. Like, I don't consider myself that. Like, so I was like, I'm a Kanye type of dude.
Yeah.
I'm not a gangster. I'm into like
backpacks and polos. That's what he used to talk about.
I'm into that type
polos
of stuff.
Polos and backpacks.
Dressing like that. It was on some real like intelligent, what you like, just everyday type of life that ain't a gangster life or drug dealing type life.
Yeah.
I was like, I can relate to Kanye.
Yeah.
And so it was, Kanye bridged the gap on that album. He had Mos Def on there, Common.
I was just about to pull up the track.
Then he has Jay-Z on there. So there's like him bridging that gap, you know what I'm saying? And Kanye has always been that person, and for that to be like his debut album, for it to be 20 years, yeah, man, I don't know. I hold that album in high regard. You know what I'm saying? And Kanye got one of the best discographies in hip hop. But to start it off with that, and just even seeing the journey to dropping the College Dropout on the documentary.
Yeah, that was
bam,
insane.
like
that was like my childhood.
They wasn't trying to hear that, man.
No, they weren't.
Like, when you see the whole process of him actually, and I think that's another appreciation that I got for that album. It's like seeing that documentary on Netflix, and seeing that like all the struggles it took to put the album out. Mm-hmm. Like the scene where he was going to, like where he went to Jamie Foxx crib. Mm-hmm. Scarface came through, and
then he went to Def Jam and he was playing it.
He was trying to piece the album together, but they were just like, nah, like, we just want you as a producer, and how long it took for him to become the rapper and to put that album out. So even seeing the journey to putting that album out and having it, and it being 20 years, and man.
Yeah, 20. That's crazy because, he's definitely a visionary for sure.
Man.
Kanye is definitely a visionary. I hold this album. It has a special place in my heart. It's my favorite Kanye West album. I think Dark Twisted Fantasy is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
But College Dropout, I hold that album in such a high regard because it was very influential to me. It's a big part of my childhood. Anytime I listen to it, it instantly takes me back to
nostalgic,
to certain moments of my life when I was a kid. And every time I hear Last Call of him giving us the journey of, just getting noticed by Def Jam and all these different executives that he ran into, and how he almost signed with Capitol Records, and he was like, they didn't want to sign him anymore, so he had to call, and he was like, hey, there's not Jeff, I'm talking about Rockefeller. I'm sorry, Rockefeller, but Def Jam, Rockefeller, Def Jam, same thing. He was getting signed to Rockefeller, and as a kid, I didn't really like understand like the dynasty that is Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've gotten so many classic moments, so many classic albums, so many just classic hip hop stuff from Jay and Kanye and Dame Dash and all those people from that time. But that version of Kanye, man, I love Kanye now, and I know people grow, I know people change, I know we all have to, growth. But I'll take 04, 05 Kanye over this Kanye that we have now any day.
Man, that Kanye was so different. That
so different, man.
Late registration Kanye.
Yeah, man.
Man, that Kanye was, yeah.
When I look at the track list to the College Dropout, man, this album is like perfect.
Man, listen.
And I think the first, like, because the musicality of this album is insane. Come on, bro. When I think of College Dropout, I instantly think of Spaceship.
Man, that's, bro, when I tell you I played that song religiously.
Oh, yeah, same.
Like, religiously.
I instantly think of that because my stepbrother, CJ, he was the first person that got the College Dropout. And I just remember him playing it all the time and hearing Spaceship. And it's just that beat. I've been working it. Yeah, like, just it's something about the melody on that song that really just like pulled me in. And after that, like, you have Jesus Walks, Never Let Me Down, like the poetry, the poetry breakdown, and Never Let Me Down. Man.
Bro, even in the classic All Falls Down. That song, bro. I was at my sister's crib yesterday, like after we left the No Name show, bro. They was playing like All Falls Down came on. I was like, bro, every time this song come on, it just does something to me, bro.
That's one of those records that when it comes on, it sounds like it just came out yesterday. Bruh. Like, it sounds like it just came out.